What's up, Gaybos? How's it going, y'all? Y'all doing okay? As season 2 of Fish Tank approaches, I thought I'd make a little video for people that may have not have seen season 1 and want to jump on the bandwagon and see what the hoopla is about. So disclaimer, this video is mostly for people who are unfamiliar with Fish Tank, but I also do dive into everything we know so far about season 2, so if you're interested in that, you could probably skip like half this video, let's say. If you want a full lore breakdown, a full recap on what happened in season 1, you could check out my video right here. It's like a 3+ hour video on everything, every moment that happens in season 1, or you could check out the edited versions of season 1 on Fishtank.live. More on that later. But with that being said, let's find out what is Fish Tank exactly. The production. Fish Tank is a Big Brother style reality show. Contestants or fish are trapped in a house together for an extended period of time, with the ability to go outside or even look out the window being strictly forbidden. The fish are also stripped of their phones or any other technology, and the house itself has severed all connections to the outside world. No computers, no TVs, no Wi-Fi, etc. Well, kind of.
That was a good joke. Simon, best one yet.
You. You.
There's like a one-way connection with the outside. We'll get into more of that later. Cameras are set up in every room of the house, and the entire thing is streamed live 24/7 on Fishtank.live. The fish have to compete in challenges for perks, more on this later, as well as immunity from eliminations. Now you might be saying to yourself, this seems a pretty regular schmegular so far, which you'd be right, but the little twist on Fish Tank which makes it such a great show is that it's the brainchild of Sam Hyde and directed by Jet Neptune. Who is Sam Hyde? Well, if you're liberal-minded, maybe just skip ahead like 20-30 seconds or so, or unless if you want to have the entire experience ruined for you without even taking a look at it. But for those who stuck around, Sam is a comedian with a very distinct brand of humor which he brings to all of his projects. If Eric Andre takes a fever dream-like approach to absurdism, then Sam's approach to comedy is like smoking a bunch of bath salts in an 80s dystopian techno hell that's constantly flirting with the fourth wall. Sam, who was part of a comedy troupe called $1 Million Extreme, got his Adult Swim show World Peace canceled in 2016. The allegations were seemingly a hit piece, as Sam has been outspokenly apolitical.
Nobody's ever gonna read a page that you wrote and say to themselves, damn, I'm glad I read that. They're just gonna, it's just fucking popcorn. You write the mental equivalent of popcorn, and you will never get a job at the New York Times. They'll look at your resume and they'll go, this guy's a idiot.
Okay, liberals, welcome back. You didn't miss anything all that important or culturally relevant. Okay, moving on. In 2022, after being canceled and blackballed for redacted reasons, Sam would see a career resurgence thanks to Getting Away With It, a documentary about Sam which was completely derailed by him pulling a series of elaborate pranks on the documentarian iDubbbz. During its filming, he would also hire his own film crew and release his own version of the documentary 1 week earlier than iDubbbz, which detailed all the ways he'd troll him.
Stuff to buy, lots of alcohol, a bunch of Pokemon cards. Try to tell him what Pokemon is as if it's some new thing like crypto. Buy parakeets from Petco. Fill fridge with unbagged meat. Spend $10K on scratch tickets. A bunch of dead wasps.
This led Sam to getting a second chance at a career in entertainment, reforming MDE by reconnecting all of its key members, Sam Hyde, Nick Rochefort, Charles Carroll, and Eric Hayden. With the band back together, MDE would begin filming season 2 of World Peace, while at the same time, Sam would go live with another long talked about project, Fish Tank. With Sam and MDE filming season 2 of World Peace, Jet Neptune, who was essentially Sam's protege / right-hand man, would take the helm of the Fish Tank project, becoming its director. Jet, along with the rest of Sam's employees, serve as the producers of the show. This can range from cameraman, running bits with the fish themselves, leading the challenges, etc. You'll see the producers, namely Jet, quite often. Also, sometimes they dress in costumes as sharks. And when they're in In shark mode, they generally don't speak to the fish whatsoever and are there primarily to mess with them. Sam also plays the role of the show's host, Jason Goldstriker. He usually shows up once a day to give out the next major challenge and generally causes chaos wherever he can. This can come in physical forms or psychological forms. After the season is complete, Jet and his team edit down the episodes into traditional reality show style weekly episodes that get released leading up to the next season. The Fish. In season 1 of Fish Tank, there were 8 fish, with one of the fish being eliminated every week after one of the major challenges. For the most part. The casting of the show was probably the strongest part for season 1. They managed to get this ragtag group of very unique individuals that all had varying degrees of mental illness. The winner, Josie, was shy, slightly autistic, and constantly stimming, but by the end of the show had broken out of her shell and easily became the fan favorite and quite possibly the most charismatic out of everyone. She followed a real hero's journey type of path. Letty, on the other hand, who came in second, was obsessed with pee-pee and poo-poo. I think she was initially put on the show to fill the role of cute girl babyface, but she walked down the path of main villain and really ran with it.
That's Letty.
The grand prize for season 1 was $35,000, with second place Letty getting $20,000. And on top of the grand prize, there were also fish bucks, an in-house currency. Each fish buck in season 1 was worth $500 US. Fish bucks have been confirmed for season 2, but the amount that they're redeemable for has yet to be revealed. Besides the oddball cast of characters, everything in the house and about the show is designed specifically to torture the fish. There's various tools at the disposal of the viewers, TTS, fish toy sound effects, but we'll get to that later on in another section. The challenges themselves aren't really about winning. It's kind of like a whose line is it anyway type of situation, like where the points don't matter.
That's right, the points are just like any job you can get with a liberal arts degree.
The most important thing to the producers is seemingly who is the most entertaining and who would make the most compelling storylines. Ex-user AB has a great video on the shadow point system in Fish Tank that I recommend you watch.
Myself and others believe that because he began packing before the results were delivered, John had agreed to quit, and that the elimination was a ploy to keep the other contestants on edge. That would have been gracious of him. Which is why it's not actually true and he wasn't involved in the decision at all.
So I started eavesdropping because they said they were going to be outside having a barbecue. So I went up in bedroom number 1, eavesdropping. So the shit I heard was they were trying to figure out a way how to kick me off the show, but make it look good though.
I'll leave a link in the description. It's really well done and interesting, but it essentially details how it seemed like most of the challenges, if not all of them, were designed specifically to either get certain people removed from the tank or designed to play to certain people's strengths so they would end up winning the challenges and staying in the tank. Beside the challenges not really mattering, they also do act as tools to directly torture the fish. This is evident in challenges like the disability challenge, the cell, the camping challenge. For example, the first 4 fish to be eliminated from the fish tank, like they just ended up quitting. They didn't even really lose a challenge, except for Simmons, who got caught with allegations of being a minor attracted person. Alongside the fish, there are also freeloaders, people who come in, sleep in the house, and have to abide by all the same rules, for the most part.
I'm gonna take it easy on these losers when I get in there, but around day 4 or 5, the scat play is gonna come in.
Though they cannot compete for the main prize, they can compete for fish bucks and are oftentimes given secret missions by Goldstriker or Jet to mess with the fish and get them to freak out and quit. Some notable standouts were Chris, aka Airsoft Fatty, Frank Hassel, Alex Stein.
Because if you keep on going through your whole life saying, I can't do jack shit, you're going to continue to be unemployed and continue to be a homeless guy just like those Darius.
Brandon Buckingham even made an appearance.
Shut up. Man.
nuts. What the hell?
There were also freeloaders that acted as direct clones to some of the fish, like Lance or Betty and Simon. I'm pretty sure Chris, Airsoft Fatty, will be returning for season 2. I think that's a given. He was such a key role in Act 2 and 3 of season 1 that it would make so much sense to bring him back. He was amazing. I believe Sam mentioned in a stream that one of the fish, Vance, would be returning as a producer for season 2. Of course, there's also Daniel, who was a fish for season 1, but was also secretly working for Sam as one of his employees. So obviously he will be there for season 2. Twitch streamer Justaminx is rumored to be a freeloader after interacting with Jet on Twitter. I just did a full video on who's Justaminx and why I think she'd be a perfect fit for Fish Tank season 2. If you're interested in that, link in description. And if you're liking this video so far, dislike it if that's still an option. I don't watch YouTube. You figure it out. Sam mentioned on a stream that they were looking into getting Shoe Nice on the show, who on his Twitter confirmed he'd be a full-time fish and not just a freeloader, but I would take that with a grain of salt.
Everybody kept saying Sam Hyde wanted me on Fish Tank. I can't do it right now. I can't drop my cameo business. I talked to Sam.
In the season 2 trailer, Chris Chan and his clone, Liquid Chris, were teased, but I think that was just the producers dropping an Easter egg. I don't see either of them coming on Fish Tank at all. And I'm sure a lot of the fish and freeloaders will be dropping in for a day or two for season 2 as well. The site. Now let's talk about the actual experience of the show. The show will be streamed live 24/7 on Fishtank.live. You'll have complete control over the camera setup in the house, being able to switch to any camera you want at any time. Jet tweeted and then deleted a redacted list that looks like a list of cameras that you'll be able to access for season 2. Twitter user Ocelot claims that he was able to hack the redacted parts of the list, though there's no way for me to confirm this. Well, I think he actually follows me, so I probably could have just asked him truthfully. But according to him, the list of cameras for season 2 will be bar, living room, dining room, garage, kitchen, hall upstairs, hall downstairs, boathouse, backyard, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4, bedroom 5, bedroom 5 closet, goon cave, bedroom 5 balcony, downstairs bathroom, upstairs bathroom, basement cam, doghouse, attic, confessional, and mudroom. There's also a chat system on the side with a ton of new features being added for season 2. You'll be able to switch your chat from global to a specific room, and you'll also be able to join clans. There's a leaderboard and ranking system for the clans, as well as making alliances with other clans. Clans will also be able to mess with each other through various means. There's an overall level and XP system, with missions constantly popping up for more XP. There's also an inventory system with items you can unlock. These can be consumed for bonuses, and there's also a crafting system to create newer, better items. Like any good AAA game, there's microtransactions in the form of tokens. Tokens are pretty pricey. It's $10 USD for 100, 30 for 350, 100 for 1200, and 500 for 6400. The tokens can be used to help or hinder the fish via fish toys, with things like steal someone's bed, drop a loot crate containing goodies, or even have the sharks physically assault them. You can also use tokens for TTS, aka text-to-speech. There's speakers set up in every room in the house, and you can pay to have your message read out loud. And if you know anything about MDE fans, they're mean. Very, very mean.
I heard the camera adds 10 pounds, and there are 11 cameras here. You're a big girl, keep your chins up. You got this, don't listen to the meanies. That better be a Diet Red Bull oink oink nutcheck. Fat.
In season 2, they've added a ton of new AI voices you can have your message read in. Some of my favorites are the Valley Girl.
Fish tank! Ew, that's like really gross. I would never watch that, ever. I'm a Pisces, so it's not even like remotely close to something I'd be interested in.
Gayest guy ever.
Fish tank. Wow, that's like super duper hot. I like big fish daddies. It's so fun to watch their little fish gills flapping around.
And black guy.
Fish tank. I ain't never heard of that. I ain't gonna with that. I ain't want no fish sandwich. Get me a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries.
There's also sound effects you can play on the same speakers, crowd favorites from last year were the mariachi band, and hysterical breakup.
You're what? Leaving? But why? What did I do? What do you mean you're unhappy? I've given you everything you've asked for!
A new feature for Season 2 since the creation of clans is War Toys, which are like fish toys but used to mess with other clans. There's things like Mirror Universe, mildly inconvenience your enemies by encapsulating them in the Mirror Universe using this powerful war toy. The Fishtank website will be displayed flipped upside down for all users in that targeted clan. Lasts 15 minutes. And keyboard fuckery. Honestly, this one isn't much different from the normal chat anyways. Mixes up the keyboard characters for all users in the targeted clan. Lasts for 30 minutes. There's also another new section called Big Toys. These are not paid for with tokens, but directly with US currency. There's Finge for 10,000 American dollars. Finge presents you with an exceptional once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to wine and dine with a contestant of your choice. Experience the thrill of a romantic candle-lit dinner date night that breaks down the fourth wall, bringing you and the fish closer than ever before. Get to know your preferred contestant in an intimate setting, enjoy engaging conversations, and savor a memorable meal together. This exclusive offer is not just about enjoying great food and ambiance, but also about connecting heart to heart. Upgrade your fish tank experience with Finge. It's more than a meal, it's a moment to treasure. And Fish B&B for $25,000. Fish B&B is the ultimate immersive fish tank experience, allowing you to spend the night in the actual fish tank house. Not only do you get to live a day in the life of the fish, but you can totally indulge in the show's environment during a captivating 24-hour getaway. Grab the chance to explore all the nooks and crannies of the house, and maybe even unravel some hidden secrets. That's all the new features that have been added for now, but I'm sure there's going to be a ton of new things they're going to be adding as the show progresses. There's also a season pass for Fish Tank with 2 tiers. The $60 tier gets you access to the edited version of Season 1 and the ability to join clans. For instance, I've been invited to join the Gold Clan. Decline! I will not be joining the Gold Clan. They're the ops. I'm joining Bum Army, which I tried to get on camera, but I wasn't screen capturing at the time, so I completely missed myself clicking the join button. Whoopsie daisy. Bum Army was started by my guy, Hobo Joe 421. Go sub to his channel. He just put out a video on what we know so far about Season 2, and it goes pretty in depth, covering the chat logs from the producers, namely Jet, that I thought was pretty interesting. You also get tokens, an XP boost, and a bigger inventory. There's also the XL Season Pass, which gets you everything I just mentioned, the ability to create your own clan, more coins, more XP, and a bigger inventory. And lastly, which I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, is the edited version of Season 1, because it's kind of a buyer beware type of deal. Now listen, there have been a lot of complaints about the edited version of Season 1. Frankly, the edits have been not that good. A lot of fans have also had a lot of complaints about the edited version of the show so far, specifically directed at the director of the show, Jet Neptune. For the most part, they were just too short and left out a lot of the key moments, and just felt a little too fan servicey. The lack of context or exposition for someone who didn't watch Season 1 would have no idea what was going on, which at least applies to the first half of the season. The second half of the season, they basically completely redid the format of the show. The first 5 episodes was in a 22-minute kind of sitcom style format that frankly it just didn't work. Since then, they've hired new editors and have adopted like more of an open format where episodes are just as long as they need to be, spanning anywhere from 1 hour to an hour and a half. But fans still seem to be complaining that Jet is leaving their favorite bits out, and including bits that he was a part of specifically, alluding to him being a bit of an egomaniac about the show, making himself the star. A sentiment that was spearheaded specifically by Frank Hassel when the two of them had an argument on a Twitter space. I did a whole video covering that. I'll leave that in the description as well if you want to check that out. I think people are being a little too harsh on Jet though, to be honest. First half of the season did suck. Second half of the season so far has been great. Is it perfect? No, nothing is. So I think you should enjoy what you have. And I think people also forgot that he directed the live portion of Fish Tank Season 1, and that was fantastic, and everybody loved it. That's it. Stay locked and loaded to this channel if you need Fish Tank Season 2 recap style content. Bye.